Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is the third movie in the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. The movie runs for 110 minutes long, and it was released December 20th, 2024. It stars in the voice cast as Ben Schwartz as Sonic, Colleen O'Shaughnessy as Miles, Keanu Reeves as Shadow, and Idris Elba as Knuckles. And Jim Carrey returns as Dr. Robotnik and also plays Gerald Robotnik, Dr. Robotnik's grandfather. What was exciting about this is that when they started the franchise, it had its backlash because of the way Sonic was designed. And now, 5 years later, we've gotten 3 films that have grossed a total of $707 million at the box office. This film will put the franchise over $1 billion, and I can see it doing great numbers because of one character, Shadow, played by Keanu Reeves. When we got that kind of post-credit scene in part 2 where we see Shadow with Project Shadow and happening, it's like, oh, we know the direction the team is going with this, and they knocked it out of the ballpark. The aspect of, you see the parallels between how the Shadow character is to Keanu Reeves' John Wick character is tremendous. Keanu Reeves was born to play Shadow and voice this role. And then the ongoing jokes about Sonic loving Keanu Reeves, even better. Seeing the fight scenes are great. This is more so a kid-friendly movie. Yes, the jokes are for the adults. I've always said that with live action mixed with animation. Adults get the jokes, animation get the, for the kids. And the Akira aspect to it also with the Easter eggs, it just works. I mean, this film is fun. I'm not a fan of like, all right, we get a third movie. What can happen? What will happen? But usually for the Sonic movies, they're a little bit drawn out or too long. Part 2 felt like that. Part 2 felt a little bit too long. We did get the backstory of Knuckles in Part 2. Part 1 was Sonic's movie. Part 2 was Knuckles' movie. This is Shadow's movie, and we get that. The aspect of how the tragedy and the revenge that Shadow has to get is just heartfelt, and you feel that. Very well thought out idea with the story, and it just works real well. If you know Shadow, then you're going to love this. Now, the first 2 films I did not see in theaters, waited for it on streaming on Paramount Plus, had a ball with it, and I figured I'm going to check this out in IMAX because it's going to be worth it, and it was. It was a blast to see. Shadow is a serious character, but the character does have a soft side, and it's told through the backstory of what he does. The aspect of how everything happens is great. Seeing Jim Carrey return to a role that he made his since the first film, great. That transformation from going from what he was in the first movie to video game accurate look is phenomenal. Didn't expect to have the grandfather Robotnik in this, but it worked really well. And seeing Jim Carrey play 2 roles and come back for a 3rd film in a franchise is very rare, because I believe the only time he's returned for a sequel to one of his films was Ace Ventura. So it's great to see him. And will there be a part 4? I hope so. I hope this franchise continues because it's really good. Knuckles is great, even though they did give him his own show this year in 2024. That was here nor there. They tried, didn't work out too well. But, I mean, I feel like Shadow's going to get his own show. But just leave it to the movies. And this is probably the most successful 3-film arc I've seen of a video game adaptation. And it is one of the most popular video games out there. And knowing how the Shadow character, and I keep saying Shadow because he is the focus. Shadow the Hedgehog is the focus of this movie, and it really shows. Major character and kind of shares the design along with Sonic, but he's black and red. It flows so well. The neon lights are good, and it really works. The first film kind of opened at the box office with $58 to $60 million. Sonic the Hedgehog Part 2 opened with $72 million. And this, I feel like, will be in the echelon of the upper 80 to 90 million range. Kind of maybe grossing, I want to say, a total of 450 to 475, pushing the franchise over to that $1 billion total mark. This will get greenlit for a 4th movie. You bet your bottom dollar it will. If it doesn't, I'll be surprised. There's so much more story to tell, so much more characters to introduce, and for what it is, I mean, does it slow down a little bit? Yes, with the emotional side of knowing what's happening, but then it revs up. Sonic breaks the mold and the fourth wall sometimes with the jokes he gives. It's a blast. I had a blast. This is easily in my top 10 best movies of 2024. For me, Sonic the Hedgehog 3 gets 5 out of 5 stars. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought about Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you think of it? What did you think about the aspect of the story? Did you like the length of it? Who's your favorite character? Who's your least favorite character? Do you think the perfect casting was done for Shadow with Keanu Reeves? Do you think we'll see the character of Shadow again? Do you think he should get his own show or a movie spin-off? And are you enjoying Jim Carrey as Robotnik, this time playing dual roles? And do you think there'll be a fourth movie? Let me know in the comment section below about all the questions I just asked, and also let me know what rating you would give Sonic the Hedgehog 3. I'm Mr. Filmstock. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you all in the next review video.